Age Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. So let's talk about what the South African farmers, the Boer farmers of South Africa, should do right now. What should they do? And just to update those who maybe not are not paying attention to what's going on, the black majority government of South Africa, who, quite frankly, the West, we intervened in South Africa to give the ANC control of the government. And now the ANC, which has always been a terrorist organization, I cannot believe they're running a government now. These people used to put tires around people's middle, put a tire around you, like this, inside of a car tire, and then douse it in diesel fuel and set it on fire while you were still alive, and watch you run around on fire like a human torch and laugh at you while they set you on fire. And they didn't just do this to white people, they just did this to other black people as well in South Africa. The ANC is definitely, in my opinion, a terrorist organization, and now they're in control of this government. They've passed a law that said all of these, if you are white and own land or a house in South Africa, that they've passed a law that they can just take it now and give it to somebody else, give it to a black person, without compensating you, without even paying you back. It's worse than eminent domain. It's, oh, we're taking this, and oh, screw you if you don't like it. The Boer South African farmers, the white farmers, have vowed to keep their land. They turned this desertous, worthless land into farmland through the sweat of their own brow over centuries. And these people, these white African farmers, have been doing this for generations, and they don't intend to leave. Many of them are going to Australia. Most of the city dwellers gave up their houses a long time ago and left. The ones that didn't end up in what's called white slums now, that's where when they kick you out, they send you to the white slums and you live in a tent while someone else occupies your home. This is what they are purporting to do. This is what they're planning to do. This is what the law has passed to enable them to do. This is what they're saying they're going to do. And they're saying, white farmers of South Africa, we won't kill you all if you peacefully just give up your land. So what should they do? I think they have really only three choices. Take the choice that many of others have taken and leave to some place like Australia or New Zealand, which are allowing a lot of South Africans to come there under political asylum. I think America should welcome these people in under political asylum. Send them out to the wilderness of Wyoming and Idaho and let them do to the desertous land there what they did in South Africa, and let them work for America growing food, because they're very, very good at it. The other choice for them is to stand their ground and wait for the attack to come, to bolster their defenses and take an Alamo last stand attitude about it. I don't know how wise that is. It's admirable. It seems like the righteous thing, Molon Labe, come and take them, come and get it. But at the same time, it seems tactically foolish. Here's what a tactician in their situation would have to do if they intend to survive at this point. And they should have started this the minute the law was passed that gave the government the right to take their land. They should have, at that moment, marked perimeter land, taken militia and manned it, and killed anyone that tried to cross into their territory, declared their independence from South Africa, declaring all of the farmland they occupy as their country. And then they should have sent terrorists, they should have sent killers into the African government at the capital in Johannesburg, and they should have, I'm saying this is the tactically right thing to do, not saying this is the moral right thing to do, but we're talking about survival and tactics and how do you preserve and protect a nation. And, you don't sit around and wait for them to come and take it. You bring the fight to them. You go into the ANC and you blow up their headquarters. You assassinate all their leaders. You burn down their federal buildings. You set their properties and vehicles and homes on fire. And you do it in hit and run operations. You do it like the IRA handled the British. Yeah, you're just eating lunch one day when the entire block goes up. This is honestly historically how white people make war. I'm not sure the ANC's ready for that. I do know this. Boers of South Africa, if you just hole up on your farms, they'll pick you off one at a time. They'll use the mass numbers to overcome you. And I know you're a tough bunch, and I know your ancestors have been defending this land a very long time. But I think your best bet now is to call out for international support, put up a barrier between the cities and the farmlands, man them with armed troops, and unfortunately do whatever you have to take down the ANC government, the controlled government. You need to focus in some strategic surgical strikes, and you need to take out infrastructure and personnel on their side and make them understand this is a war and that you're not going to just be a victim. God save the people of the farmlands of South Africa.